All right, story number four. Wildfires are still ravaging Southern California. I covered this at the end of last week, but this is still a very dangerous, very tragic, very devastating situation that we're experiencing here. Here are some updates. According to the Los Angeles Times, there have been at least 25 deaths and more than 12,000 structures damaged or destroyed in LA. Firefighters are bracing for several days of winds that could hamper efforts to contain the firestorm. Weather Service issues its most severe warning for LA as winds pick up. So it doesn't look like we're out of this yet. Here's what it says about the Palisades fire. Burned 23,713 acres and numerous homes, businesses, and landmarks in Pacific Palisades and westward along Pacific Coast Highway toward Malibu. As of Monday morning, the fire was 14% contained, up from 11% early Sunday. 14% contained. There's a long way to go. Many parts of Pacific Palisades, Malibu, Calabasas, Brentwood, and Encino are under evacuation orders or warnings. More than 12,000 structures remain threatened. Santa Monica has downgraded its mandatory evacuation orders to warnings. Officials estimate that more than 5,300 structures, including many homes, have been damaged or destroyed. The Eaton fire burned 14,000 acres and many structures in Altadena and Pasadena. I mean, that is devastating. I mean, Altadena is a historically Black homeowners, generational wealth, and the damage that area has experienced, it's unimaginable. As of Monday morning, the fire was 33% contained, up from 27% early Sunday. Officials say 7,000 structures have been damaged in the fire. Long way to go there, too. Most of Altadena was under an evacuation order, as was unincorporated Kinaloa Mesa. In Pasadena, a mandatory evacuation order was in place in the northern half of the neighborhood of Hastings Ranch. In Sierra Madre, mandatory evacuations were in effect in some of the areas north of Grandview Avenue, and voluntary evacuations were in place in other portions of the city. Hearst Fire burned 779 acres in the area of Sylmar. Evacuation orders have been lifted. As of 5 a.m. Monday, the fire was 89% contained, according to CAL FIRE. So we still have a long way to go. Send your prayers and well wishes, donations, whatever you can to the people of Altadena, Pasadena, Pacific Palisades, all over Los Angeles. We all need your help. Now, one thing that has been reported is that a number of inmates have been putting out fires. So the state of California uses inmates to help fight the fires here in Southern California, truthfully across the state, as part of their program. Here is an interview. Hassan, I can't remember his last name. He's part of the TYT network, if I'm not mistaken. He interviewed one of the inmates turned firefighters, and here's what he had to say.
All right. Dangerous work. Will you like it?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's almost like a respite from being? Is it better than being in prison or no?
It's way better because I was in a prison yard. I'm seeing guys get stabbed, get jumped, get beat up. The cops treat us like shit. But here, we get better treatment, right? They talk to us like humans. They talk to us like humans. We got a job. We're underpaid, but we got a job.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then the community comes out and shows us all kinds of love. We never received that growing up. We never received that kind of love, that kind of recognition for anything we've done. So now, doing this kind of stuff and all this love coming, that's life-changing for a lot of guys. Because that's all they be needing is a little bit of recognition. With this, it's life-changing, and we get opportunities at careers.
How long was your sentence? You don't mind me asking?
17 years.
17 years?
Yep.
God damn. They're going to shave it off.
Yep.
They're going to shave it off now.
They're going to shave it off. They're shaving some off.
They better shave it off.
But you feel me?
I found that really moving and really interesting to hear, the inmate perspective and just the sense of gratitude that they're not used to feeling. They get to experience it as they help people save their homes, save their livelihoods. So something to think about. I know last time I talked about this, there was a question around whether their sentences could be shaved. It looks like per this inmate here, that is a possibility, if not something guaranteed. So 1 second pause. Now, there have been questions about what's going to happen with the Grammys. Hollywood Reporter ran this story, says, will Grammy Awards be postponed due to LA wildfires? Discussions are underway. With music's biggest night just weeks away, the question on many minds is whether the 67th annual Grammy Awards will be delayed due to the devastating wildfires ravaging Los Angeles. The Grammys are currently scheduled to take place on February 2nd at Crypto Arena in downtown LA. While it's typically a glamorous event to celebrate the past year's biggest artists and top hits, the city has bigger priorities at the moment, definitely, 100%. Multiple sources tell the Hollywood Reporter that discussions are underway to either postpone the CBS show or pivot the broadcast to a fundraiser. One senior television executive says it's highly likely the Grammys will postpone, namely because of the fires sparked by a wind event earlier in the week, and the overall disaster status of the city is still active. Another music industry source says what transpires in the coming days will be key to determining if the show will indeed go on. The Recording Academy head, Harvey Mason Jr., is said to be contemplating multiple scenarios. Plans are ongoing for a benefit concert in the days leading up to the scheduled February 2nd date that would involve Music Cares, the Grammys' own foundation aimed at aiding music professionals in need. Live Nation, the Azoff family, and AEG Presents announced a January 30th event to be held at the Intuit Dome. Participating artists and broadcast partners are still being determined. Complexities that come with a natural disaster of this size extend beyond the logistical. The Grammys requires hundreds of hotel rooms for attendees, artists, and their teams, to say nothing of musicians whose instruments may have perished. Even locally, so many in the music business have been impacted, from label staffers to publicists for top talent like Billie Eilish and The Weeknd. The Recording Academy has postponed the Grammys twice in recent years. The 2021 show was moved from January to March due to COVID-19. The 2022 Grammys faced a similar fate, moving from January to April due to a spike of the virus Omicron variant. So it looks like there's discussions that are still taking place on whether or not the Grammys will happen. Honestly, this is a very minor thing. I think the number of people, working people, regular people, along with working artists who have much bigger concerns, trumps whatever happens on music's biggest night. But I am encouraged to hear that there is a fundraiser that should be happening. They're targeting January 30th for that, as well as the activity of Music Cares. So music professionals, which is a wide range of people. It's not just the celebrities that you see, will at least be able to access Music Cares as they put their lives together. So 1 second pause on Music Cares. I talked about that in my last piece on Music Cares, so there's more information here for those interested in accessing some of the opportunities that Music Cares is providing. Chuck D tells people to stop using Public Enemy's Burn Hollywood Burn song amid LA wildfires. One thing that we are saying is with any type of natural disaster, a lot of times it ends up being politicized. And we're seeing a lot of people who don't like California or don't like that California's on the blue team, or people from the red team saying all kinds of crazy things like God sent the fires, to California because they're blue, or however these political conversations are spun, right? Well, one, I guess that means that God sends the floods to Florida, or God sends the snow to Texas, or whatever. I think all of that is just completely disgusting. But there has been a lot of people who've been using Burn Hollywood Burn as a way to sort of taunt the people experiencing the loss of everything, truthfully. And Chuck D wants that to stop, right? He says it has nothing to do with families losing everything they have in a natural disaster. Learn the history. Burn Hollywood Burn is a protest song extracted from the Watts Rebellion, coined by the Magnificent Montauk in 1965 against inequality. When he said, "Burn, baby, burn," across the air, we made mind revolution songs aimed at a one-sided exploitation by an industry. The song is off of Public Enemy's 1990 album Fear of a Black Planet and features Ice Cube and Big Daddy Kane. Chuck D also shared a photo of a Los Angeles neighborhood in flames saying, "Prayers up, be safe." Several events in Hollywood have been canceled or postponed amid the fires, including nominations for the Academy Awards, Selena Gomez's pop-up to celebrate the 5th anniversary of her album Rare, and premieres for Better Man, Unstoppable, The Last Showgirl, and Wolfman. The Blazers also forced a host of TV productions to stop filming, mostly due to poor air quality and to avoid clogging roadways for emergency responders rather than proximity to sound stages. So there it is from Chuck D. He doesn't want his music being exploited by people looking to exploit this tragedy. And I agree with him, and I'm always thankful for Chuck D when he speaks up. But this really is one of those situations that has devastated the second biggest market in America. And one thing I am very encouraged by is the number of people in music in this industry, but people, just members of the community at large, working together to help those who've lost everything. There really is a very strong community movement looking to help those in need. So I'll put another list of places to donate in the description here. I'm also going to make this a fundraiser. I'm, as many of you know, I'm a Los Angeles LA Mission Ambassador. And so we have some programs that are currently underway. I'll put a link to those as well. Let me know what you think about all of this. My prayers to everyone who's affected. My name is Justin Hunt. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow at The Company Man on everything. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping. Systematical culture views, it's radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dabbing it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, dog, you don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.